These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. When it comes to online college, Southern New Hampshire University is so good, it's scary. Listen, the facts don't lie. SNHU has degree programs that fit your goals, online classes that fit your life, and real support at every step. And if that wasn't enough, they've got some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. This is an airtight case, you guys. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to get started. That's snhu.edu/morbid. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid.
You all to know that I just sat back in my chair so carefully after hitting record so that it wouldn't go all up in your ears.
You can hear the squeak, squeak, squeak. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're here. It's a rainy day.
Gloomy.
It's gloomy. It's spooky. It's foggy.
It's beautiful.
We are halfway through the week. Happy hump day. All of that good stuff. Halloween is right around the corner.
Why does Halloween have to be on a Monday? Are we all in agreement that Halloween should just be on the last Saturday of the year?
Well, here's the thing. I think that Halloween should be on the day that it is, but I think trick-or-treating should be on the last Saturday.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but like the actual Halloween, I'm okay with keeping it there because it just extends it.
Yeah, I'll watch like a scary movie and be at home.
A scary movie. But you're right. The trick-or-treating, it needs to be on a Saturday.
Yeah, because it's like, it stinks if you have like little kids and they want to go out. You can't go out for too long.
Exactly. You got to go to school the next day. It stinks.
You got to go to school the next day.
It stinks to the high heavens is what it does.
I feel like I'm going to be the parent that's like, let's just stay out trick-or-treating and like you can miss a day of school.
Yeah. Or you just, you
go in late.
You warn them ahead of time. You say you're going to be tired tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just beware. Buyer beware. But I'm excited, and it always kind of bums me out, though, because spooky season feels like it goes too fast.
This year, it went by so fast. I feel like the last couple of years, it's just faster and faster.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten busier and busier progressively, so I think it probably correlates with that.
Yeah, maybe that's it, but I'm always so sad to see it go. I do love Thanksgiving, though, and I love moving into the holiday season, especially in New England.
You take Thanksgiving to a motherfucking degree.
I take Thanksgiving very seriously.
You take Thanksgiving to a space level.
That's right.
And I love it. I'm nervous about Thanksgiving this year, though, because I'm like, I'm not eating meat this year.
Oh.
But you make...
I didn't think about that.
Well, don't worry about me. I'll just eat what I can. But,
Ooh.
no, honestly,
You can eat everything except for the turkey.
Yeah, actually, a lot of your stuff I can still eat. So that's
I don't
good.
make anything else meat.
You know what? I don't even really care about turkey. Your turkey is always absolutely delicious. But I
don't really care.
I care that...
She's a vegetarian. Actually, no, she's a pescatarian.
Yeah, exactly. It's even more pretentious somehow. But your turkeys is so yummy. So I will miss your turkey, but I don't tend to care about turkey in general.
So you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to eat
good.
so much of that fucking pumpkin. Alaina makes this pumpkin and sage pasta.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good... I should post that recipe because I think I found it on Pinterest. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like 1 billion years ago, and it's been a hit ever since.
So catch my plate on Thanksgiving being half of that pasta, and then I also want to just eat those fucking cranberry bites that I made the other day.
Yeah.
I found them on TikTok. They're like brie, cranberry, rosemary, and roasted walnut bites.
Oh, delicious.
Or pecans, excuse me.
Delish.
But we're not here to talk about Thanksgiving because Halloween hasn't even happened yet. Who the fuck do we think we are?
Who the fuck do we think we are?
We think we're a couple of gals who are about to give you an episode that is brought to you by you, for you, from you, and all about you, baby. It's listener tales.
You're right. And you know what? I've just realized by the time this comes out, Halloween will have happened. So it's on to Thanksgiving, everybody.
Not for Wondery Plus subscribers.
Yeah, only for everybody else. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody else. We're on the way.
Wait, no. I was like, wait, no, Thanksgiving won't have happened.
You're like, no. It will just be on to Thanksgiving at that point. All right, so this is Listener Tales. We decided to make it kind of a Ouija board theme a bit. But the first one I don't think has anything to do with the Ouija board. I just thought this was a really great story and very well told.
And there's cats.
There you go. So it really works out for everybody here. So this story is from Joey, who said we can use their name.
Hi, Joey.
And it is named Living Alone, in all caps, in a building named The Gothic. Cool and normal.
Both of those things.
I love all of that. I want to live in a building called The Gothic. All right, let's go. Hey there, my name is Joey, and yes, you can use my name. I live in Akron, Ohio, and have been listening to your podcast since a coworker of mine, shout out Sarah, told me about your show.
Hey, Sarah.
It's been instrumental into getting me through my soul-crushing hours at my factory job.
Oof.
So let's get into my tale. The year was 2020, and honestly, that's all I really need to say to end this story. Am I right?
Haunted, spooky, all of the above.
2020. I was living with some friends in a house with my cat, Faye. Ooh, her name is pronounced like Faye.
Is her name Faye Resnick?
I love that name, Faye. I was working as a server and sometimes bartender at a swanky jazz club downtown before the world had to take a pause to get herself together. And then the panty money.
Panty money?
I can't speak.
The pandemic
panty money. There we go. And then the panty money came in and I was living my best socially distant life. I went on an epic road trip to Colorado with my bestie in June and got lost in nature. I never got the Rona, and we were careful.
I knocked on wood for you.
There you go. There are stories I could tell about that road trip, specifically about the horrifying wrong turn gas station we had to stop at in Kansas, that if I hadn't been there, I'm pretty sure my friend Leo would be on a milk carton somewhere. Maybe another story if you're interested.
Always. We are always interested.
Always. Please send that in. After I came back from that trip, things seemed off with my one roommate, and not even a month later, I was forced to find a new place to live with barely any warning. Thanks, guy. Cool and fucking normal. If you've been keeping up with the story, it was 2020. How was I supposed to find a place to live in that hellscape of a time that was?
Yeah, that sucks.
I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. Thankfully, the owner of the jazz club I worked at also owned several other places in the city, and I was able to find a place relatively quickly. I wasn't picky at this point. I just needed somewhere that me and my homegirl Faye could go without having to go back to my parents' house. That was a non-starter. I had to figure things out. The place I would end up living was named The Gothic.
Obsessed.
That is amazing. And they gave us a nice little link to a tour. It says, according to, and then a link, the Gothic building was constructed in 1902. Architect Frank O'Weary designed the 4-story brick building. Weary was also responsible for preparing the drawings that would later become the Akron Academy of Music. Weary also helped rebuild Chicago after the Great Fire of 1871.
Well,
the property that the Gothic building is currently standing on was purchased in 1902 by Jenny A. Dobson and Grace B. McIntosh for $6,000.
Whoa.
The contract for the land stipulated that architecturally the building had to be a brick building with a front harmonious and in substantial conformity with the Mill Street facing side of the Colonial Theater. The contract also stated that the building shall be finished by October 1st, 1902.
I just looked and it's a beautiful building.
It is. Now, I can't find any information about the building having any specific hauntings, but it's been the home of several businesses, musicians, law offices, and restaurants. The floor level currently has a great Mexican restaurant with awesome margs and tacos.
Ooh, what more could you want?
But before that one was there was an empty shell of an old restaurant. That's what was there when I lived there. So an empty shell of a restaurant.
Awesome.
In fact, other than the lawyer's office that was there, I was the only person who lived in the entire building. Let that sink in.
Oh my God.
Once the lawyers left, I was the only one in the cavernous over century old building. My apartment was also on the top floor. And if I were to go out to the railing and look down, I could barely see the bottom. I've added a picture for reference.
So spooky.
It is very spooky. Weirdly, I felt pretty okay with the setup. It was a secure building, as I needed to use a key code to even enter the building.
That's good.
I felt so safe, I didn't even lock my door.
That's
not good. And I would blast music and sing as loudly and gay as possible without any fear of anyone hearing me other than my cat, who didn't give a single fuck and was happy to be out of the house I was living in with the big dog she hated.
Oh.
And then I started hearing the footsteps at night and the door slams. Cool and normal. My friend had told me when she worked at the now abandoned restaurant, they would experience phenomena that no one could explain. Doors would slam, food would be neat on the counter one moment and all over the floor the next.
Oh, that's just rude.
It was spooky, but they were all collectively accepted it as part of working in an old as shit building. The restaurant eventually closed and became dormant. This is a little bit of a tangent, but have you ever wondered what spirits do when there's no one around to haunt? Do they go into a state of suspension where time is meaningless until the next spark of life appears, and then they can go back to business? Well, that's what the thought I had when I first heard the spooky-ass sounds at night while I was curled up in bed with Faye. I've always been somewhat sensitive to the paranormal. I have more stories about these too, including one that involves a ghost named Greg, who I conjured making a makeshift Ouija board. See, we connected it all. Let's just say a ghost. Also, can we go back for a second? A ghost named Greg.
I love it.
Just Greg.
I'm obsessed.
I don't know why.
When I was little, I used to pretend to be a ghost named Glenn and scare the shit out of my little sister to the point where I actually got in trouble for it.
A ghost named Glenn.
Excuse me, a British ghost named Glenn. So all of a sudden I would just do this, kind of act like
She's
Glenn
doing
was
the
overtaking my body.
The wavy body
and
movements.
I'd be it's not me, it's Glenn. Glenn's here. We want to chat. My sister still talks about it to this day.
I love Glenn. And I love Greg.
Yeah.
But it says, let's just say, I believe there are forces we can't explain, and that doesn't necessarily mean they want to do us harm. So at night, unless I absolutely had to, I stayed in my apartment.
I feel that.
Mostly the sounds would come at night when all the lights that were out in the hallway.
Ooh.
They would all turn off. I hear what sounded like footsteps below and a door slam hard, like someone was angry. I would sometimes hear music, too, like someone was preparing to play in an orchestra and they were rehearsing.
Beautiful.
Again, cool and normal. The creepiest thing that happened, though, was when I was coming up the elevator. Yes, there was an elevator to go to my apartment. I lived on the 5th floor, so I clicked 5 and waited, humming to the music I was listening to in my headphones. Suddenly, the doors opened on the 3rd floor for no reason.
No thanks.
Because remember, this is an empty building.
Yeah.
I stared out into the darkness and the window that faced the city with more than a little alarm. And when the doors closed and went down to the 1st floor.
What?
I about shat my pants. But when the doors opened, there was nothing. I'm pretty sure I said out loud, okay, this isn't funny. I have to take a shit. And then it finally went up to my floor and I ran to my apartment. Again, all cool and totally normal.
Wait, I love that they were respectful of your poop.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you have to go to the bathroom.
They were like, oh, you're prairie dogging?
Yeah.
Let's go.
A month goes by, and I felt pretty used to the goings-on at the Gothic. It also had this cool windowed rooftop outside my door that when the rain would fall, it sounded way louder than normal, and I loved that sound.
Yeah.
I'd be out like a light if it was raining. Me too.
That's such a good sound.
Then the law office downstairs decided to pack up and take their firm to a different building. I never asked why, but I assumed it was because this building was super empty and, to be honest, kind of creepy. I'm sure their clientele would probably enjoy being in a newer building as well. Every morning, they'd take more things out of the offices, and I'd hear them talking out in the echoey hallways about regular mundane law shit, and I paid them no mind. One morning, after one of those lovely rain showers, I was woken by Faye on my chest, seeming very agitated. I looked at my phone, and it was about 4 a.m. That's when I heard it. The sounds of people out in the halls.
No.
2 men and a woman laughing and carrying on. Now remember, the only haunts I had experienced by then had been footsteps, door slamming, elevator fuckery, and occasionally faint music. I hadn't ever heard voices till now, and I was thoroughly alarmed. I shot out of bed and went to my door and locked it. Remember, I never locked my door since I felt very safe in my apartment. At that moment, the door handle started to jiggle like someone was trying to break in.
I would shit.
I was petrified. I didn't know what to do, so I did the only thing I could think of. I reached into the very core of my soul and shouted as straight as I could possibly manage, "Get the fuck away from my door." Mind you, I'm a 5'8" gay guy who I would classify as in the middle of the spectrum of straight passing. When I let that out, though, I hope that I sounded like a 6'7" lumberjack with biceps the size of grown swine and hands the size of dinner plates.
Why do I just picture Gaston from Beauty and the Beast?
Literally, that's what I pictured. I digress. As soon as I did that, I heard a clattering of something on the floor and someone booking it out of the vicinity. And I called the cops.
Oh.
I'm terrified. The cops arrived and did a sweep of the building, but found no one, except there was a spoon on the floor where it looked like someone was trying to jimmy the door open.
Nope.
Cool and normal.
Not cool, not normal.
Needless to say, I was terrified to live there after that.
You were?
Every noise I heard was someone coming to break into my apartment and strangle me in my sleep. A few days later, I saw someone in the hallways when I was going to take the trash out, and I called the police again. They swept the building and found no one again. Ooh. I thought I was losing my mind, but there was clear evidence that someone was getting in the building. I stayed a few nights at my parents', and then the owner of the building called me and told me what had been happening. The empty shell of the restaurant had been broken into several times. They had set up a little nest of filth in the corner by one of the booths and had been living there for God knows how long.
That's terrifying.
The police found one of the intruders and arrested him, but I don't know what happened to the third. They boarded the windows, changed the locks, and made sure to try and keep me safe. I did not feel safe.
No way.
At that point, every sound was giving me a heart attack. I swear I would hear someone knocking on my window that would face the hallway and laugh. I was crying myself to sleep at night.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Knocking on your window and laughing?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Also, why is there a window that faces the hallway?
Oh, eventually the owner moved me to where I live today, and I'm much happier and have actual real live neighbors.
Amazing.
He was incredibly concerned for my safety, and I'm still thankful for the help he's given me thus far.
Hell yeah, to cool landlords.
Yeah. Let me leave you with this, though. Was my experience at the Gothic ever haunted, or were the intruders the ones making the noises all along?
I think like a little bit of both.
Yeah, me too. Were they fucking with me when I was in the elevator, alone and helpless? No, I think that was ghosts.
I think that was ghosts.
Were they playing music off in the distance to scare me? We may never know, and I'm not sure what's more terrifying to think about. I think it was both, which is way more terrifying.
And they're all terrifying.
Thanks for reading my tale, ladies, and I hope this makes it to the pod. It did.
Woo.
And as always, keep it weird, but not so weird that you move into a creepy-ass building literally named the Gothic and are oddly okay living with spirits in an old building, but definitely not okay with real-life humans trying to break into your apartment. Bye!
Bye! Yeah, spirits, you can hang out. You were here first, but other people, get out of my house.
I'm totally okay with ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're, like,
nice.
Be nice, you know? Like,
don't fuck with me.
Don't go and hurt me or anything like that. But real people are way scarier. Way scarier.
Way scarier.
The scariest.
But doesn't that mean ghosts are scary because they were once real people?
That's true.
So
that's true.
You
You
can
know
never
what?
be
You
too
just-
careful.
You really took it Took it totally around here.
It was pretty deep of
That's why you're here, to take it all the way around.
Around town.
But Joey, thank you for sending that. The Gothic sounds awesome. If it weren't for people and ghosts being dicks.
Yeah, we don't.
So I apologize for that.
We don't need any of that.
Yeah.
But what we do need is another listener tale.
That's right.
The Sherwin-Williams summer sale is here. Get 30% off select paints and stains or 35% off their newest product, Emerald Symmetry, July 17th through the 27th. Whether you're looking to refresh your interior or your exterior, they've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Getting paid twice a month doesn't mean money is scarce. It just feels that way. That feeling makes you do weird stuff, like putting things on a card you didn't need to. Earnin removes that feeling. With Earnin, you can access up to $150 per day of money you've already earned, plus up to $1,000 between paychecks. Standard transfers take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees, and expedited transfers start at $3.99 and cap at $5.99. 5 million people are already on it, and honestly, it's wild it didn't exist sooner. Download Earnin on the App Store or Google Play, spelled like earning money without the G. Type in Morbid under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. This one's called Listener Tales, Ghost, Ouija Board, Demon, Hello, Little One.
Ooh.
Oh, all right.
Well, look at this little adorable little boy.
Yeah, this little boy is so freaking
my
cute.
goodness.
I think there's 2 cute little boys.
I just love.
Oh my goodness, you guys are freaking adorable.
Oh my God, I didn't even see the second one.
Little baby teeth are like so fucking cute.
They really are the cutest.
All right, well, this one starts off by saying, hello, ladies. First of all, I love you both, and you are welcome to use my name all you want in this, which is Becca.
Becca.
Hi, Becca. You're Becca with the good hair.
That's right.
I'm a stay-at-home mama to 2 little boys that are aged 3 and 4, and I'm here to say, this is Ash Kell, that they're the cutest little boys in the whole wide world.
The cutest.
The oldest of which is a little champion who has both autism and type 1 diabetes.
Oh, I just want to smush them both. They're just like, oh.
I do too. I loved them. His little brother is an angel and helps with him so much. It is decently exciting, beautiful, exhausting, heartbreaking, and fulfilling, all wrapped into one tiny family package. LOL. Your podcast gives my spooky little heart joy, though in some ways, I think I'm a bit of a poser because I'm such a freaking coward.
No way.
Me too. LOL. I think I'm more of the cutesy, creepy, like matching Halloween pajamas and pumpkin chocolate chip pancakes with yummy soups, chilies, and stew. But every time a new episode pops up, I'm sneaking away from my kids to try to listen in my bedroom away from the little ears.
I love that. All of that sounds great, by the way.
You can be all of those things. Yeah. That's what I feel like. I'm all of those things.
Yeah.
I'm scared all the time. But this is a ghost and demon tale, and just to tell you how bizarre that is, I was raised as a Baptist preacher's daughter who, until this particular encounter, did not necessarily believe in ghosts.
Oh, wow.
But it seems they're drawn to me, much like the dreaded Arachnus deathicus,
there you go,
aka a spider. That's just what my brain will forever call them to try to avoid tears of terror each time I see one.
I love calling spiders that. I'm going to call them that now. Arachnus deathicus.
I like it.
I like it.
It's a mouthful. But here's my spooky tale. It's a true tale witnessed by my mama, Baptist preacher's wife, and me, Baptist preacher's daughter. I apologize for my lack of brevity, but I figured Alaina would understand.
Of course
LOL.
I do.
With all the love I can muster, you two are wonderful. And Alaina, I'm so freaking proud of you and your book.
Guys, you're so nice. I can't handle it.
.com/thebutcher and the Wren, or you could go to a Target, Walmart, Kroger, airplane place near you. Bye.
Airplane, please.
Yeah, figure that one out.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too. Hello, little one. That's what it's entitled. I come from a pretty poor family. We grew up sipping on ramen noodles. I want ramen noodles so fucking badly right now. So good.
Yeah.
And thinking hamburger helper was a meal of the gods. Same. So when my parents finally bought a house, it was a big deal. The first time we viewed the house, the site was one that probably would have sent most people running. The carpets had hundreds of stains on them. They used to be blue, but now they were red, black, brown, yellow, white, and whatever else the prior owners had thrown at it. Gross. The walls had a black muck glazed over the white paint, making everything seem a little dark, even with the natural light pouring in.
Oh, there's something about the word muck.
Muck.
Yeah,
Yeah, unless Anderson is saying, a muck, then I'm not interested. But we lived in a small town in Idaho. The closest mall was about an hour and a half away. You had to be creative to have fun, and a lot of people chose drugs as their pastime. Mama said that it was pretty clear this house used to be that kind of house, but she got that glint in her eyes, I know so well, and said, this is gonna be mine.
Oh,
that's the thing. You can take a house and restore it.
You make it a home.
Yes. Even now, I jump on Google Earth often to look at this house because it was Mama's pride and joy.
Aww.
In the end, she really made that house shine.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my God, I love
for
that.
her, man.
It took her months of renovating. She knocked out walls, sanded and polished wooden floors, and painted the kitchen cabinets. She also painted every room in the house, and each of us kids got to pick the colors for our rooms. I regrettably chose a bright pink with gold sponging all over it.
Oh my God. That's like the classic combo.
That was the shit.
Yeah.
When I was little, me and my mom moved into my stepdad's house, and I got his daughter's room, which sorry, Megan, but it was pink with white sponge paint, and even then, I knew that was a bad choice.
Sponge paint was a real thing.
Yeah, it was
a little while
of its time.
Yeah, it really was.
But Beth says, I promise you, my taste has improved. We moved in when my mom was mostly done with everything. And soon after moving in, a drawing with a message began to pop up all over the freshly painted walls. Ooh. Mom would paint over them and it would show up again.
Ooh.
It reappeared everywhere in places us kids couldn't reach. Places we could reach. Places I wouldn't want to reach because of eight-legged freaks. This drawing clearly made my mom unsettled, which was rare for her. My mom was, and still is, epic. She took us into haunted houses at 3 a.m, and not the kind you pay to get into.
Oh boy.
The kind that you sneak into. She hiked us into the middle of nowhere to camp by a remote lake, and we'd hear gigantic footsteps bouncing off the trees and entering our ears as we cowered in the camp around Mama.
Oh my goodness.
She traveled to Thailand with her 2 teenage daughters to work to teach English to children in the slums.
Wow.
And none of these things fazed her one bit.
She's a badass.
She just finished hiking 450 miles of the Appalachian. That's how I'm supposed to say that, right?
I always said Appalachian, but I think it's like a regional thing. Yeah, you say it
because we say Appalachian, but
I think
Appalachian.
They say Appalachian.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's one of those.
That trail, that's pretty famous. By herself at the age of 50 with a bad back.
Wow.
Hiked 450 miles at the age of 50 and with a bad back. That's insane. She's always been strong, adventurous, brave, and my greatest hero and best friend. So
damn, Becca, your mom is my best friend.
Your mom is also my best
hero.
Friend. Yeah.
What the hell?
This lady's the tits.
She's awesome.
So when a little drawing of a stick figure girl with scraggly hair and the words inscribed under her, "Hello, little one," made my mom a nervous wreck, I was quite curious, but Mama would not tell me what made her so uneasy. I'm chills.
Sorry. What?
I have chills.
What? A little That is a horror movie.
A stick figure girl with scraggly hair inscribed under her.
Hello, little one.
Goodbye.
Oh, I gotta go.
Oof.
Oh, my whole body did the whom. Yeah, oof.
Ooh, I don't like.
No.
Ooh, mine did now too because I'm
I
an
don't like
empath.
it.
Whoa.
I don't like it.
About a month after we moved in, my aunt came to visit. She's closer to a cousin than an aunt because she was born so late in my grandparents' lives. What's that like?
Yeah, I don't know what that could
I
be
would
like.
have no idea. So she stayed up all night playing video games and watching movies with us. One night, we were all downstairs in my room watching movies. When 3 a.m. rolled around, it was time for us to go to bed, and we were deciding who had to walk up the stairs to turn the lights off. The lights to my room were controlled by a switch at the top of the stairs because my room wasn't originally a bedroom, but Mama made it one for me.
I freaking love your mom.
She's so awesome. She's like, you want this room? I'll make it your room.
Mama made it for me.
As we were all sitting there discussing who would climb the stairs, we heard a loud bang in the kitchen.
Oh.
It was 3 a.m. My mom had gone to bed hours ago, meaning it was kind of weird for someone to be in the kitchen at this time, but she was also a little bizarre sometimes. She could have woken up in the middle of the night and chosen to go clean the whole kitchen.
You know what? I feel that because sometimes, especially when my littlest one wasn't sleeping and we would be up all the time in the middle of the night, I would be awake for some periods where it was like, oh, I can't fall back to sleep. And I was like, should I just clean out my closet? Like, I was like, am I wasting good hours that I'm awake?
You should just lay in your bed.
Like, but I get that. Like,
Yeah.
I get the compulsion to just be like, you know what? Maybe I could make a pie. Like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, maybe I could do something productive here instead of trying to fall back to sleep.
You are such a productive person. It like scares me.
I like using
Productivity.
hours.
Yeah.
I get very stressed out when I leave hours to like nothing.
I like a good balance of
Well,
like
it's necessary.
Yeah, exactly.
you're a smarter person that way.
That's
like
not
you,
true, but
you need like to have
you
hours
need you
of
time.
nothing.
You gotta
Yeah.
like reset, and you don't get a lot of you time.
No.
Let me just have a quick second here to scold Alaina for trying to be too productive.
Hold up.
Me time. Anyways, we all continued to argue about who would go check on the noise and turn the light off. I, being the consistent lucky number in my life, or is that one? No. I being the consistent lucky number in my life, drew the short end of the stick and had to climb up the stairs. I walked to the bottom of the stairs and called up, Mom? No answer. Mom?
There it is.
Still no answer. We lived in the desert, and when it's a full moon in the desert, you can literally see everything. It is the most beautiful. I know, seriously. It is the most beautiful part of living in the flat, sandy, sagebush infested terrain because the world almost never seems dark. That was a beautiful sentence.
Beautiful.
I also just looked out the window and saw one single orange leaf just fall to the ground, and I feel like we were together in that moment,
We had a
Becca.
Becca, that was a real moment.
That was a moment.
That was.
This night, it was a full moon, and the back door, which stood at the top of the stairs, had a large window with no blinds. The moon's rays came shining through, and most of the time, my poetic self would have found this sight so beautiful. But seeing as the next noises I heard were what sounded like the avalanche of 1,000 pans crashing down on our kitchen floor, I wasn't really thinking about poetry. As what sounded like an angry bull kicking frantically throughout my kitchen continued, I stood at the bottom of the stairs, frozen. The crashing began to quiet as the pans winded themselves down, spinning relentlessly on the laminated floor.
Oh.
It was quiet again.
This is my nightmare because a lot of sound freaks me out.
Me too.
Like, I get overstimulated really easily.
Same here.
And if I'm already nervous and then lots of sounds happen, that's going to send me into the stratosphere. So I feel you.
Too much for me. But as the silence settled on the house and my aunt and sister sat crouched together on the bed, I called up one last time, wishing that I didn't have to make any noise at all. Mom?
Oh, no.
Suddenly, in the brightly lit entryway of the full moon, a transparent girl in a beautifully laced white dress that flowed around her as she ran white dress that flowed around her as she ran and thin hair that wisped gently behind her as if she was treading through water, crossed from the kitchen to the dining room. I saw her, clear as day. Her black eyes, her gray wispy hair, her white flowy dress. I saw all of it. And everything I thought I knew came crashing down.
Oh my
on me.
God. I have such chills right now.
I do too.
Seeing that. Oh,
That also sounds like so beautiful.
so beautiful, but fucking terrifying.
Do you know what that is? It's hauntingly beautiful.
That like black eyes, gray, thin, wispy hair that's like flowing and like,
Yeah, don't love that.
No.
I also kind of have black eyes, so if I do come back as a ghost someday, I'm gonna fuck with some people.
Yeah.
But I, being a Baptist preacher's daughter and not believing in ghosts, was in shock. My brain couldn't process what I saw as anything but frightening. And I literally became the football star any girl ever dreamed of being back then. And I tackled my aunt and sister into my concrete pink and gold sponged wall, where we all fell to the floor and shook violently while they asked me, Becca, what's wrong? Becca, are you okay?
Oh, no.
No, I was not okay. But I also didn't really want to tell my aunt, who was also a Baptist preacher's daughter to my beloved grandpa, that his beloved granddaughter just saw a freaking ghost.
Oh, my God.
So I told them nothing. Worked up my guts to go upstairs and turn the lights off. And I flung myself down the steps into my bedroom and under my blankets, where I proceeded to not sleep for the rest of the night. The next morning, I told my mama what happened, and the same uneasiness came over her, along with a hint of terror in her eyes. That day, she went through every room in the house and prayed for 30 minutes straight in each one.
Damn.
After that, the drawings never showed up again.
Whoa.
And I never saw the wispy girl. But that's not where it ends. Or that's not where it starts, I guess. After this happened, my mom pulled me aside and told me a story that happened when she was still in grade school. Mama was always made fun of in high school. Aww. She was a poor Baptist preacher's daughter who lived in the woods and wore the same clothes more often than not because she really didn't have a lot to wear.
Oh, that's awful.
That's terrible. One day she showed up to her art class and all of the kids were playing with brand new Ouija boards. When my mom walked in, the idea of the Baptist preacher's daughter playing with it became quite the novelty.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, like
that's fucked up.
Let's respect people and their beliefs.
Like that's really fucked up.
Mom denied them all at first, but after incessant nagging, she gave in and walked over to ask it some questions. At first, she asked it things nobody knew in the room, and one of those questions was about the color of her socks. At the time, boots were popular that stretched up to just beneath your knee and had metal brackets running up both sides that you laced your shoelaces through to tighten them at the top. Those sound rad as fuck.
They do.
Mom had these kind of boots on with bell-bottom jeans.
What a badass.
My motherfucking queen. Underneath those jeans and those boots, Mom had on a pair of white socks that were trimmed with rainbow stripes. They were unique, and they weren't worn by a lot of kids back then because Mom snagged them as a hand-me-down from family. The Ouija board got the color correctly, and so Mom proceeded to ask it who was the son of God. At that moment, the board shook and flung off the table.
Damn.
All of the kids were shocked, and Mom picked it up and sat it on the table. Again, who is the son of God? The board shook and flung off the table again. So Mom picked it up and sat it down one last time. Who is the son of God? This time the board didn't shake. It didn't fall off the table. It began to move, and it slowly said, "Hello, little one. You do not know who you are talking to?"
Ooh.
I am a chill. I am a chill. I am a chill. I cannot feel my arms because
my God, they keep chilling.
They are warming so hard, motherfuckers want to find them.
Over and over.
No, my arms are just warming. They're going to be fined for this. Ooh. The way that the Ouija board also was just like, you don't even know who I am, motherfucker.
Like, do you know who I am? Like,
I'm scared.
No, I know.
That night, when Mom went home, she took off her boots for the first time that day, which was a process. And as she pulled out her feet, she found that they were covered in a nasty red slime, one she never got out of those socks.
What?
I could tell there was more to Mom's story, but she wouldn't talk about it. I overheard her in the living room one night talking about it, and I barely made out the words, "die by a gun." But she still won't tell me what else the Ouija board said.
What?
Thankfully, I never... That's it.
That's it.
Thankfully, I never saw the little girl again after Mama prayed through the whole house, but I have experienced supernatural, and I have seen exorcisms while visiting Thailand, and my dad has performed exorcisms.
Damn.
So I'm a firm believer in the supernatural, and I know there are things that you just can't know, but if I ever see the words on the wall of my house, "Hello, little one," I'm moving.
Becca.
That was a haunting story.
My body is still chilling.
I'm warming as we speak.
There are very few times, Becca. Oh my God, and I just got to see your cute little babes again when I exited
I know,
out of the thing.
That's what we needed.
Thank you for sending those because I needed that immediately. I was like,
real.
oh,
babies.
Those cute little faces.
Oh my gosh.
But like I very rarely does my body just go warm, 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 warm. Like it's just one after the other.
Mine was going warm.
I just warm. This is too much.
I
too
hate,
much.
Hate, loathe entirely.
Loathe entirely.
That's like my new thing.
Ooh, okay. Thank you for that, Becca. And also, your mom is a badass. And I think she's awesome.
The fact that she just like sat alone in each room for 30 minutes and prayed, I would have been shitting myself.
And like thinking about her seeing this house and being like, I can make this a home.
Yeah.
And then she made it like what you all wanted it to, like you couldn't even imagine it to be.
Right.
Like what a badass.
That's a beautiful mom.
And then
right
hiking that trail. Jesus. Like that's a lady. That's a lady right there. I want to meet.
That's somebody who was definitely like put here to do good things.
To just be a cool chick.
A cool chickadee. This part of the show is brought to you by Anua, the Korean skincare brand known for scientific, gentle, yet effective formulations. The latest from Anua is the Retinol Collagen Gua Sha Cream, a firming cream with a gua sha-shaped tip built right in. Have you guys heard of gua sha? It's that viral massage tool that moves fluid and tension out of your face. Less puffiness, a snatched jawline, honey, more definition in your face. Retinol firms and reduces fine lines, and collagen keeps your skin plump and structured. This cream has both of those things, arguably the most optimal combo for that snatched, lifted look all in one step. I am obsessed with the Gua Sha cream. First of all, it feels so cool to the touch. When you put that on your face, it's just like, this is lovely. It's like a little spa treatment that you can give yourself. I like to do mine at night after I get out of the shower. I rub the cream on my face with the little gua sha. I'm sculpting that jawline, honey. I got it on the cheekbones. And actually, I had a facial the other day, and the lady doing my facial, the professional, she said, "Do you use a gua sha at home?" And I said, "I do." And I said, "How did you know that?" And she said, "I didn't have those little like bumps in my chin or like different areas like that." So she could tell that I was using the gua sha. And I said, "Oh my God." I just feel like I wake up less puffy in the morning when I do it the night before. But you can do it whenever you want to. I, 10 out of 10, recommend this product. The Anua Gua Sha Cream value set is available at anua.com, already discounted. Use code MORBID for an extra 10% off. That's ANUA.com, code MORBID. Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70.
Need a boost? Sometimes all it takes is tapping into your inner cool. Icebreaker's gum helps you unleash the confidence within. Each chew releases a rush of icy flavor powered by cooling flavor crystals, sending a wave of refreshment to reinvigorate all your senses. Icebreaker's convenient pack fits everywhere, from car cup holders to backpack pockets, so you can find your cool wherever you go. Grab Icebreaker's gum online or at a store near you.
So the next one that I am going to read is called Boats and Demons.
Oh, alrighty.
Question mark? And there's some pictures of boats here.
I love boats. Luckily, there's no pictures of demons.
All right, let's go. Hello, ladies. I absolutely adore your podcast. Thank you. I adore you.
Thank you. Me too.
It helps me power through my long work days while creeping out my coworkers because I blast that shit next to whichever loud-ass machine I'm on that day. My name is Jordan. You can use my name, but I will be changing the names of my friends just in case they don't want their names attached to this madness.
All right.
Let me preface this by telling y'all I'm a 6'5" mixed black-white, big teddy bear-like man from Michigan.
I'm from
You're
Michigan.
6'5". Like, that's amazing. John's 6'3", and I think he's the tallest man ever.
6'5" is a very tall man's.
A very tall man's. The size is quasi-important for later. I promise I'm not just bragging. Although you should, though.
Yeah.
Like, you should.
Of course.
Don't worry about that. Although not just bragging. Although what's really the point of being tall if you don't pat a short person on the head every once in a while?
I'm saying.
Can I tell you how many times in my life I've been patted on the head?
Oh, yeah, I bet
Several.
It's so funny. I like forget that you're short.
I know.
And I'm with you every day.
I think that's why.
Maybe that is why.
Like, I forget that John is that tall.
I do, too.
Until we're out somewhere or somebody sees a picture and is like, holy shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he is tall, huh?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, that's right. All right. Anyways, to the story. Every year, a group of friends and I would rent a big old houseboat down in Tennessee on Dale Hollow Lake. That sounds amazing already.
Sounds really fun.
This particular year, we went there. This particular year we went there was about 20-ish of us, so we had 2 big houseboats that slept 10 to 12 each. Dale Hollow Lake is one of those super creepy, used to be a town lakes where in the right spot in the right night, you can see a cemetery at the bottom of it. Or so I've been told.
You didn't have to add that last part.
No, just tell me that you saw it.
Imagine if you were boating and then saw a motherfucking cemetery at the bottom.
I need to look this up. I need to find a picture. I need to see the cemetery in the water so that I can have nightmares for the rest of my life.
Well, let me get to it,
Ash is
sister.
grabbing the phone.
I'm darn tootin'.
So Friday, we get our boats and sail out to the spot we found on the lake that has slate-covered beach with trees that start about 10 to 15 feet back. And it becomes very dense woods about another 15 to 20 feet back once you walk up the path. There is a fire pit close to the shore, and you can walk up the path, and at the top of the hill, there's a picnic table. We get our boats tied off and start the festivities. This sounds like really great.
It does.
Oh, did you find it? Oh. Did you find it? I think she found it.
Is this the cemetery? I don't know what this is, but it's fucking terrifying.
What is that?
I don't think it's the cemetery.
What the fuck is that? Jordan,
I think
what is this?
Oh,
lake?
I think this is the town.
What is this?
It's like an overhead shot of the town.
Oh man, I gotta look into that.
This aerial photo that reveals the foundation of an old schoolhouse on the bottom of Dale Hollow Lake, where the town of Willow Grove, Tennessee once stood before the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers National District built Dale Hollow Lake Dam, and the lake waters rose in 1943.
Well, I know what we are covering on our next Spooky Lakes episode.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jordan. Holy hell, I have never heard of this.
Shit.
That's amazing.
Oh!
Did you find it?
No, but everything is so creepy.
Everything's so creepy. All right. Well, Jordan says these boats are insanely dope. They have a bottom area for seating and a barbecue with sliding doors that go inside where there's a main driving station, a living room, and a kitchen. Then the bedrooms line the right side and 2 bathrooms on the right. Oh, yeah. And 2 bathrooms on the right. The top deck has a steering deck, then a plastic table, some chairs, some beach chairs, and a freaking water slide.
Hell yeah.
So you can only imagine how much dang fun us early to mid 20-year-olds had. Night 1 went off without a single problem. For night 2.
Oh.
Day 2, Saturday. We wake up, start day drinking, as I like to believe most young 20-somethings do on vacation, and just have the time of our lives.
Hell yeah.
Well, then night falls, and my bright ass goes, so who wants to play with the Ouija board? I brought mine.
I would have knocked you off the boat, my friend. I would have just pushed you right in the old town water.
I would have been like, probably. Let's go.
No, don't bring your haunting to me, Alaina.
Well, lucky me, 2 of my buddies, whom I will call Big G. He's a 6'4" Rick Ross-like man. He's a big guy like me. And James, a 6'2" country corn-fed-like guy.
I love that you have Rick Ross and then a country corn-fed guy.
Yes, this is a crew. They were in it to win it with me. Well, we went onto the top deck to do it in the moonlight. I love that. And my buddy Cole, who is also a 6'2" country corn-fed-like man, decided, heck, he'll join, even though he previously said he did not want to because he's extremely sensitive to the paranormal. I think it's Cole's fault. I haven't read this, but I think Cole did this. I ask him before he touches it if he's absolutely positive. His answer? Yeah, I think it'll be okay. It may help you guys connect with the spirits better. Me being slightly, quote unquote, intoxicated, decided, fuck it, Lego. We do the old startup ritual and start asking questions, and nothing for about 5 or so minutes. Then all of a sudden, Cole looks up at us and says, get the fuck away from me. I knew it was going to be Cole.
I knew it.
I'm sorry, Cole. I just knew it was going to be you.
He's like Esteban in The Sweet Life of Zach and
just knew
Cody
it.
on that episode where they do this.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
I
After
bet
your
it's
time,
just
my
like
girl.
that. Get the fuck away from me, he said. Thinking he's just messing with us, I say, yeah, okay, bud, you got it, with an eye roll. And I ask another question. So he takes his hands off the board, looks at me and says, stop playing now.
I'd say no more.
My buddy Big G tells him, if you don't want to play anymore, go the fuck away then. And then laughs. Cole walks towards Big G and says in a low, demonic-like voice, I never ever heard him speak of in, I will fucking kill you if you don't get the fuck away now.
But it sounded more like,
I will fucking
There you
kill
go.
you if you don't get away now.
Whoa.
wasn't that really good?
Holy shit. If I did that, I would start coughing insanely. So I'm really impressed that you did
It's
that.
this weird thing you have to do where
you have to go to like a...
I make like a circle in my throat. I don't know how
All
to
right.
explain that.
I trust you.
Okay.
That was phenomenal.
Thanks.
Thank you for adding to that.
I'm going to take a sip of my
I
pink
was going
drink
to say now I'm going to cough. Me thinking the alcohol is starting to set in and tempers are starting to flare because Big G and James are now ready to fight Cole because he's being aggressive. I step in the middle and try to mediate the situation. I calm the two down and turn to talk to Cole, who is getting progressively more angry and anxious. I go to talk to him, and this guy, who's 6'2", runs towards me, towards where the steering wheel is, jumps through a small opening in between the wheel and canopy over the steering wheel area, and jumps off the front of the boat, which is about a good 10-foot drop, and dashes into the dark, dense woods.
He just became an animal.
Cole just jumped off the boat 10 feet down and then ran like an animal into the woods.
I just picture him like at the end of Split when he's just like running along like the railroads.
Like, what?
Holy cannoli.
Holy shit, what the hell do we do now?
I don't know, buddy.
The rest of the group heard the commotion on the other side, on the other boat and downstairs, so I run down and explain what happened. My buddy Brad, who is good friends with Cole, says we have to go look for him. Pff, fucking fat chance of that happening, I looked at him and said.
My goodness.
I said, not happening. I watch a lot of scary movies. I'm a black man in Tennessee, and you see those dark-ass woods? I know this script, spoiler alert, I die first. Brad, well, we have to do something, and you wanted to do the Ouija board. You're the biggest guy here. Let's go. Me in a sassy, high-pitched voice. I didn't put his hand on that board. There is exactly 0% chance I'm walking into those woods with a possibly possessed man that just threatened to kill us. I don't give a damn how big I am.
Yeah, that's not fair. Like, I was built this way, okay?
I was born this way, okay?
Yeah.
I did not ask
I'm just
to be.
built like this.
It's not my fault that I'm a tall drink of water, okay?
All right.
Brad, visibly irritated with me. Fine, we'll go look for him.
Good luck with that, Brad.
Good luck, guys. 4 or 5 of the other guys grabbed a mag light and some weapons, mostly blunt, harmless objects, and set off
Smoke
into the
them out.
woods. I'm on the shore by the woods just waiting for word, and they made it about 10 feet into the woods where they find this man sitting against a tree, murmuring gibberish to himself.
Goodbye.
Before I knew this info, I walked up when they said they found him. I get to him and hear the gibberish and say, oh, hell no, and run back to the boat. That's that terrifying movie shit I'm talking about, so nope.
Oh, hell no.
About 10 minutes of them trying to snap this guy out of this trance goes by, and finally he looks at Brad and yells, burn that fucking board right now.
Oh my God.
In his low, demonic-ass voice.
I don't know if I can do it again. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay. You did it once, and I appreciate it. Brad comes to me now, sitting on the front desk, downing some more drinks to calm his nerves, and says, "Can we burn your Ouija board? I promise I'll buy you a new one." I looked at him.
Hey, can we burn your Ouija
Can we
board?
burn that? I will buy you another one. I looked at him and simply said, absolutely. I'm done for the weekend with that shit.
But aren't you not supposed to?
I don't know. There's very conflicting things
There's
about
so
that.
many different rules.
We go upstairs, grab it, and start a fire in the bonfire pit with it. And almost as soon as it sets on fire, it's like he snapped out of the trance and instantly asked what the fuck happened.
God.
Well, we explained everything that had happened, and he didn't even remember coming to play the game, almost as if something drew him to it. He profusely apologized to us for the threats and whatnot, and we all turned in for the night since that was enough excitement for one evening.
Yeah.
Morning time rolls around, we all wake up. Myself and a couple of the girls on the boat decide to start breakfast for the peeps. Look at you. We walk out on the front of the book where the coolers are to grab a beer, and holy mother of God, the damn Ouija board is still burning. For 6 hours, this thing was burning.
What?
So me, over it, and let me tell you, I learned my lesson and never ever bought another Ouija board back with us, grabbed a tub of water and put out the remaining embers.
What?
So that is my wild-ass, super spooky, demon-filled boat trip.
Yeah,
Love
it
you
is.
guys, and thank you for reading. And as always, stay weird, but not so weird that you use a Ouija board and your friend gets possessed by a demon that runs into a dark abyss and you have to send out a search party, then burn the board to end the possession. Holy shit, Jordan.
Holy.
What the fuck?
That's so scary. This is a cool boat, though.
I was just gonna say. Oh, and that's exactly how I pictured the area.
Same here.
I'm really glad that you sent these because I was picturing this.
Damn.
Oh
Just
my
jumps 10
goodness,
feet
Jordan.
down into the motherfucking wilderness.
Jordan, what the hell?
Oh my God.
I love, and you know what? You were smart. You were like, I'm not getting into this.
Yeah, you were like, no, I'm
No.
on this boat and I'll make you breakfast tomorrow.
I
Bye.
did the Ouija board a little bit, but I am not taking responsibility for this.
You know what? I did dabble in the Ouija, but
A
I'm
little
leaving.
bit. But you know what? He asked. He said, are you sure you want to do this? Because his friend Cole there was like,
Yeah.
I'm very susceptible to spirits.
But that's so weird that he didn't even remember agreeing to do it, because I feel like I have had that experience before, like where there's been a Ouija board and I'm so against it. I will never ever do one. But there are times where I see them and I'm like, what if I did?
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just like an intrusive thought.
If you're just like, yeah, like when you're on like a tall place and you're like, what if I just threw myself off of
yeah,
this?
like we were saying it
Yeah.
the other day, like on a cruise or something. Like
Yeah,
I've only been
or like
on one
a
in my
boat
life.
of some kind.
Yeah. But like you're just strolling through the night and you're
Yeah.
like, what if I just jumped off right
Yeah,
now?
I would just jump into the abyss. What would
Sometimes-
happen? You're like, why do I think of
Yeah,
this?
my brain is like, just do it. You
We
won't.
need to do a whole episode on intrusive thoughts.
Yes.
I want to know. I want to like research what's behind that.
Yeah, it's got to be like some weird
It must
psychology.
be some like primitive, like primal kind of brain in there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that way deep lizard brain kind of feelings.
Jump off so you prove
Yeah,
that
it's
you are
like-
queen of town.
Cave person stuff that's just like, hey, do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you will be the man of the village. Jump off the boat.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I hear that and I'm like, yeah, I want that. So
I don't want that, but next listener tale. How I was saved by a Ouija board. I don't know. I
told you.
I don't know.
it's a
My dead grandma and some demons from hell.
all right.
My name's Michelle. Feel free to use it.
Hey,
How's
Michelle.
your name, Michelle? And you just wrote, how I was saved by a Ouija board, my dead grandma, and some demons from hell.
My name's
And you're
Michelle.
just like, hey, I'm Michelle. Oh, okay.
Michelle, my bell.
Attached is a puttifa and of my shit so crazy I couldn't make it up
I
tale.
love this.
Enjoy. I was saved by a Ouija board, my dead grandma, and some demons from hell.
Sounds like a party.
I don't know. Greetings, you gorgeous gals, you beautiful bitches of badassery, and Massachusetts marvels of morbid.
Holy shit.
I love alliteration.
I'm putting
and
that all
I
on my
love
resume.
Michelle. Michelle is a maven.
My bell.
Michelle, my bell. It is with great nervousness and excitement I write to you today to tell you this true tale of a wild story of how the most unlikely of beings banded together and saved me from an untimely and likely demise.
Ooh, I am ready for this.
Why all of a sudden am I reading like I'm like a librarian?
Because
putting
that
on, like, a
required it.
circle time.
That required it.
It
She
did.
set that up perfectly. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
How
Let's
did this happen?
Motherfucking go.
Tell me about this unlikely band of beings. I
real.
need to know.
All right. I have made this as nameless as possible and have taken the time to teach my ancient self the ways of setting double spacing and converting to PDF to make your lives a bit easier and richer.
I love you.
You're incredible. And I could already tell. I originate from the East Coast.
Oh, that's why.
That's why. Connecticut specifically. Hey, I just did a Connecticut tale.
Oh, yeah.
And you probably heard it.
Yeah.
And being a child of the late 70s, I love you. I was raised to embrace all the spooky wonderfulness of the East that the East Coast offers. Visiting Salem, doing rubbings at cemeteries. Oh, did you ever do that?
Yeah, I used to love doing that.
So much fun. And like weird thing, but so much fun.
So much fun, but weird.
And visiting anywhere that had even the slightest chance of being haunted, I was there.
I feel you.
If some random old lady said that she saw a ghost 50 years ago, you could bet that my mother would load my little Fanny up and drag me there to see if we could see the ghosts too.
Your mother rules.
Yeah, she does. I hope to be that kind of mom.
I want to be that mom.
You are that mom. What are you talking
I'm
about?
just waiting for them to come of age. That's
Yeah.
all.
I mean, they've seen some creepy shit.
They have.
Yeah.
They're down for it.
They are so down for
They
creepy
are.
shit.
I love it.
More often than not, we wouldn't find anything, but not always. Sometimes the creepy and haunted delivered. Damn life was fun before the cable and internet. We got to get rid of the cable and the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Like,
not the cable because I fucking love
I
the
love
Real
the cable.
Housewives.
And like we can keep the internet for like research purposes and finding out fun, cool facts.
Yeah.
Get rid of everything else.
What if we just go to libraries again?
Yeah.
now? Like,
there you go.
Make libraries cool again.
I love that.
Yeah.
Life was so much more like it was fun.
I wish I knew.
We were just talking about earlier, and like, sorry for the digressing right now.
Here we are.
But it makes sense. So I got, my kids are like 6, they're going to be 7 soon, which is wild.
Oh, don't even say that out loud.
They're getting into like reading chapter books. So we're reading chapter books at night, which is fun because we just bought them this this whole series called Star Friends. And
It
it's like
looks
8
so
books.
cute.
And it's about like these little girls, and they're magical, and they have magical animals, and they fight against like the dark magic in their town.
Ooh.
I would have loved this stuff. And it's really cute to see John read these things to them because he gets excited and wants to know what happens next. He's
Oh
like,
my
what's going to
gosh.
happen with Alice at the magic store? I don't know.
love that.
It's really fun. But they're getting into that stuff. So we were talking this morning, all of us, like with Drew, about like all the books we used to read when we were younger.
Yep.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I used to read hundreds of books. I ate books for fucking breakfast when I was
Yes.
little. I had every Nancy Drew, every Hardy Boys, every Boxcar Children, Babysitter's Club. I had the Fear Street, the Goosebumps. I read all of them. It was like a constant stream.
We were like a big reading family.
Big book family.
Yeah.
But also, I was thinking about it, and I was like, that's also because there wasn't screens.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you could sit on a Kindle and watch something or play a game.
No.
Like, obviously, there was like TV, cable,
Yeah,
all that
of
stuff.
course.
It's not like the Dark Ages, but like,
Yeah.
we didn't have all that stuff when I was little. So you just read.
Yeah.
Like, that was you could watch TV, but your mom wouldn't, my mom wouldn't let me watch TV all the time. Like, I had to read.
Yeah.
And so you could read. So you had all this like imagination that came with it.
That's the thing. I feel like, and I don't know if this is true yet because I feel like we haven't seen enough kids with the internet, but I just feel like kids probably aren't going to have the imaginations that we used to.
That's the thing. Like, that's why like limiting it is a really good
Important.
idea because it forces them into using. And I see because we limit it a lot. And when they have to come up with their own stuff to do, they come up with these like cool games that you're just how the hell did you come up with that?
And like worlds.
Put together these outfits that they wear and stuff. It's like really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, see, if social media and all this bullshit wasn't around, people would be reading again. Like, people would be you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like kids now, like you ask them what they want to be when they grow up and they have all these weird answers now that you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And it's like, you ask your kids and they're like, I want to be a builder because they build shit. And
Exactly.
like, like you have cool kids.
thank you.
I
also think I have cool kids.
You very much
but-
do. I want a parent like you parent.
Oh, thank you. That's
No,
really nice of you to
seriously.
say. But it's not, and obviously, like, no one has it all figured out. I don't by any chance have it
those
all
little
figured out.
shits are complicated.
But they're very complicated beings. But it's more just that, like, the internet, like, and social media really, and I feel like lately it's like, all I'm seeing is just like miserable people.
It's also
You know?
addicting.
It is
sit
very
there
addicting.
on TikTok and I'm like, I could have read a whole book right now.
Yeah, it really is once you really sit down with it. But I think it's just like, man, I want to get back to like a simpler time. I really do. I think things have become so overcomplicated.
Eventually the pendulum will swing.
I hope so.
I think.
I'm ready for it.
I think a lot of people are sick of the internet.
Let's all be Ron Swanson.
Off the grid, baby.
You know?
But you know what, Becca? I'm back to like the
You're
first
back to
tale that I
Becca.
read. Michelle.
Still thinking about Becca.
I will never stop thinking about Becca. But Michelle, I will never stop thinking about you either. So when my grandmother, and I relocated to the Pacific Northwest, you can imagine my disappointment at the lack of spooky I had known and loved. I was always the weird kid in school, writing ghost stories, checking out every ghost book in the library, and taking all things haunted and paranormal. Us too.
Yep, that was literally me.
As I grew older and was finally allowed to watch the movies I always wanted to have my blood pressure rise in fear of, I also got my first deck of tarot cards and my first Ouija board.
Oh, you went for it, and I appreciate that.
Ham sandwich. These to me were the true signs of me getting older and closer to my independence and
Yes.
adulthood. Same. I was 15 and home alone with my younger 8-year-old sister one day when I decided the most wholesome activity I could do as a responsible caretaker of my younger sibling would be to use the Ouija board that I kept stored under my bed. It was the late 80s, and shit was not as entertaining back then as it is now.
So that's literally what we were just saying.
Exactly.
Everybody did that.
As we sat upstairs in the townhouse we lived in with our then single mother, we put the board between us on the floor and we sat with our legs crossed, hearts pounding, and hands shaking as we placed our fingers on the planchette. At first, everything was typical. Lots of swirling around and us blaming each other for moving the planchette with small words being formed here and there, when suddenly the planchette forcefully moved to the edge of the board with the pointed end directly at the window that was behind me and my sister. WINDOW. It spelled out again and again. It forcefully moved to the edge of the board pointing to the window. WINDOW. It spelled again and again. It pointed. Pretty sure this was not a normal interaction, and I told the board I was going to look. I'm not messing around with the lack of closing anything or giving instructions that my ass would be back. And I got up and looked out the window. The window looked into our backyard where I saw a naked man with several knives at our back sliding door. That escalated.
The escalation there was like, whoa.
I couldn't even be prepared to read that sentence.
I just got whiplash from that.
The window looked into our backyard where I saw a naked man with several knives at our back sliding door. I freaked. I didn't want to scare my sister, but I also couldn't remember if I had locked the back slider, and I knew we had to get the hell out of there. Our only phone was downstairs in the kitchen, so calling for help was not an option. I went back to the board, told my sister to put her hands on the planchette, and said, "Thank you, we gotta go," and prayed that was enough to close whatever was helping save our asses.
Damn.
I didn't want to scare my sister, but also needed her to know that this was a serious situation. So I told her that there might be a fire downstairs and that I needed her to run out the front door as fast as she could to her friend's house that was several blocks away. I told her not to look back, but that I would be behind her. Just go.
Wow, you're a great sister.
I know, and you're 15 and think on your feet like that. Trying not to sound completely terrified, I knew this was going to have to happen quickly because not only did I know if the slider was locked, but it also looked directly across the house to the front door, and the man would be able to see us leaving. Quickly and quietly, we went down the stairs, and I opened the door as my sister made a dash outside. Watching the slider to make sure she was able to leave safely without being noticed by the man, I had her make a good head start in case he saw me and chased after me. At least one of us had to outrun him. After about a minute seeing he didn't notice her leave, I too ran out of the house, caught up to her, and got to her friend's house safely, where I told the parents about the man, and they called the police. He was still at our back door, arrested, found to be in a mental health crisis, and was taken to a nearby hospital.
That is terrifying.
To think what could have happened if you hadn't decided to use a Ouija board that day.
That's wow. Look at that. Ouija board saved.
Yeah.
You literally just said it.
It did save.
Think about what could have happened.
No. It did save, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
It saved.
But it did save.
It was a saving moment.
You know what I have? A Simply Safe, which also saves.
In the 80s.
No, but I have it.
No,
so
I know,
I don't need to use a Ouija board.
Just kidding.
But you didn't. So your Ouija board was your Simple Safe.
There you go.
That event scared the shit out of my ancestors out of me. Not just my shit, but the shit going on back eons and generations.
I feel that.
Of course, no one believed it was a Ouija board that alerted us, and everyone insisted that we must have heard something out back to alert us. I'm telling you, we heard nothing. It was the Ouija board.
I believe you.
The one person that did believe me was my grandma.
And me.
And it was at the time I asked, you're her grandmother.
Her grandma.
And it was at the time I asked her to promise me that when she died, she would visit me and give me a sign. What kind of sign, she asked. A letter, I said. But I don't want to see a pen moving by itself. Make it not scary, but that I know it's you. She promised she would, and for several years, I would remind her of her promise. Time went on, and I met my first husband. He was an absolutely horrific, abusive asshole and was cruel in ways I didn't know a person had the ability to be. I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
He alienated me from my friends and family, and because of him, I grew distant from my grandma. And the last 3 years of her life, we didn't speak to each other at all. At times, in hurt and frustration, I would tell him of the Ouija board and my grandma's promise, and he would always tell me I was full of shit and that Ouija boards and ghosts weren't real. The only real ghost is the Holy Ghost, he would say. God, what a dickwad he was.
Oof.
One day I was cleaning and going through some old paperwork when I found several old cards and letters from my grandma. Some I had completely forgotten about and hadn't seen in years. Immediately, I knew she was gone and keeping her promise. Cards and letters in hands and tears in my eyes, I showed them to my husband, and I told him I thought my grandma was gone. He laughed at me and told me to fuck off. That shit isn't real.
Oh my God.
Ugh, seriously, I want to punch him for you. I found out later that week that was the day that my grandma died. I could see the news rattled the skeptical asshole a bit, but he still was very doubtful. Several years in 2010, I was home with my former husband when he told me he wasn't feeling well. This was odd for a few reasons. First, he was talking to me nicely. And second, he was in fantastic shape, having worked in construction his entire adult life. After about 30 minutes of complaining of extreme achiness across his upper back and shoulders, he looked at me with wild eyes and told me to call 911.
Wow.
Trigger warning for blood and trauma. Blood began to spurt from his nose and mouth as he begun a weird jerking motion, and he let out the strangest groaning, moaning, heaving sound I've ever heard. I called 911 and was told by the operator that he wasn't breathing and that I needed to do CPR. For 8 minutes, I did compressions, only CPR.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I know. While blood continued to pour out of his nose and mouth, and I waited for paramedics to arrive.
How traumatic.
I can't even imagine. My then husband suffered sudden cardiac death. Not just a heart attack, but sudden death. That has a very, very low survival rate. Because I was there and acted immediately, he was saved, although he was put in a medically induced coma for about 2 weeks. The day he was awoken from his coma, I was so hopeful that maybe he would wake up a different, kinder person. A person grateful for life.
Yeah.
A person grateful for me.
Yeah.
As tubes and wires were removed by nurses, I had to ask him if he remembered what he experienced when he died. He told me that he did. At first, he saw colors and what looked like fractals.
Yeah.
Geometric patterns that would swirl and move that were the most beautiful he'd ever seen. And then suddenly his face changed, and he showed me how the fractals went away and were replaced by something much, much darker. Again, trigger warning. He saw mountains of creatures that he described as the top halves of people attached to one another. Oh. Just two top halves with heads on either end. There were animals that looked that way too, but there were also bottoms of humans and animals that were connected in the same way, butts and legs on either end.
Oh my God.
The bottom halves were shitting while top halves devoured the excrement.
What the fuck?
I think he was in purgatory. He said that he watched for some time when suddenly he saw a giant wave of dark water come crashing over houses and people and vehicles, washing it all away. He watched as this giant wave consumed everything in its path, but among the chaos and darkness, he saw one lone red truck as it floated on the water and was carried away. The poor nurse that was removing his tubes and wires was obviously shaken hearing this, and in a shaky voice she told him, "You were in hell."
Oh.
She immediately left and I never saw her again.
Oh, my whole body did that thing again. You guys are killing me this episode. Holy.
Seriously, because this lady was like, "What did you do to end up in hell?"
She must have looked at him and like, "You were in fucking hell.
Like why were you there?
Who are you?" Mm-hmm. Oh.
The experience seemed to terrify him for a short time. It seemed like it did affect him to become a kinder person. Then, a few months later, the tsunami in Japan happened, and as we watched the news, we both saw the very image he had described to me months earlier. A giant dark wave of water washing away homes with a single red truck riding in the waves. Then the look on his face told me everything. He recognized what he was seeing and couldn't ignore it. I was in shock I was in shock myself and told him, I think you saw that to confirm you really were where you were, and all of that was real. I really think you did go to hell."
Oh my God.
Now, you would think that realizing one had just experienced and escaped the literal shit show of hell would make a person want to be a better person, right?
You would think.
Well, not that dude. He became more violent, more dangerous, more unpredictable, and more unstable. I would contact his doctors who would chalk it up to oxygen deprivation during his time that I did CPR. "You're lucky he's here in any capacity," they would tell me. Lucky was not the word I was thinking. I avoided him as much as I possibly could, even sleeping in a separate room at night. Anything to avoid being alone with him.
I am so sorry. This is the most trauma.
This is.
All of this.
All of it at once.
Jeez.
One morning, about a year later, I woke up one morning to find him standing next to my bed with a hammer in his hand. His hair was wild, he was sweaty and shaking, and he did not look anything like himself. In the 24 years I had been with him, at that point, I had never seen him look the way he was that morning.
Wow.
With his voice, oh my God, with his voice very deliberate and forced, he told me I needed to leave right then or he was going to kill me. His hands grasping the hammer with white knuckles. I don't know if what I saw was real, but I need you to leave right now in case it was.
Whoa.
I jumped out of bed, called my friend to pick me up, and left that day. That was 9 years ago.
Oh, I'm so glad you're out of that situation.
Seriously.
My whole...
Today, I'm happily remarried to my high school best friend.
Oh, I needed that, man.
I'm safe and happy, and I laugh every day. I've told my story to the current husband, and he always says I'm probably the only person that was saved by a Ouija board, a dead grandma, and some demons, and it was his idea. I send you my tale.
Oh my God, I love this. Michelle, I'm so glad that you have a happy...
Me too.
That you laugh every day.
Yes.
And then he's like, yeah, you definitely... That Ouija board was real.
You got to send that in. You're validated now. Oh my God, excuse me. As per the usual sign off, thank you for taking the time to read my story.
Thank you for sending it.
I would say keep it weird, but not so weird. But Jesus Christ, what the fuck would Ash say to finish that?
Honestly.
Girly, I appreciate that because I don't know what the fuck I would say. I would be like, keep it weird, but not so weird, not this.
Wow.
Oh my God.
These tales are rocking my world.
These tales are the wild, wild west.
Michelle, you just literally rocked my world.
Seriously.
I'm going to need you to know that. You need to know that you rocked my world.
But again, we are so happy that you are in a loving, validating relationship now because you deserve that.
Yeah, hell yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And you know what? A Ouija board saved your life, and that's badass. And you were an amazing older sister and saved your little sister.
Seriously.
Wow. Holy. Wow, Michelle.
Holy
Michelle, my
guacamole.
bell. Truly my
Michelle,
bell.
everyone's bell.
Truly. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess let's top it off here
One
with
final listen-a tale.
Ouija board heirloom? Nah, I'm good.
I feel that.
Hi, weirdos. Here's a puttifa for your spoopy enjoyment. Here's a story about how a Ouija board became a family heirloom only because it won't leave us alone. Seriously, a restraining order wouldn't keep it away. Even burning it left it unscathed.
Oh my.
Enjoy. And then a winky face.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. All right, let's see. Whoop. Hey, weirdos. My name is Angel. I did change my name because I don't need my mom's crazy family finding me. I am just an illusion. Woo! Scooby-Doo ghost sounds. I am from the Midwest. Gotta love changing your clothes 3 times a day to fit the weather pattern. Now I can say I'm originally from Ohio, where all the weird stuff started with me, but not with my family. That started decades back. Probably my mom's KKK family members.
Oh.
They deserve to be haunted, though.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They were crotch goblins before birth. If we could know what kind of bag of bones we were birthing, I would have yeetus that fetus back to wherever and whomever it came from. Amazon Prime, same day shipping that motherfucker. But hey, you can't choose family. Shrug emoji.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yeetus that fetus.
Yeetus that fetus.
I wish I could say I am normal, but normal is boring, I guess.
Yeah, fuck
Except for
normal.
when you are me. Normal would be a dream. See, my family, my mom's side to be exact, is what we call sensitive to the paranormal side of this world. I am also what I call a hedge witch, so I am typically very sensitive when the wall is down to the other side. So I am emotional, irritable, and whatnot. So I do not do well when energies shift. You probably do not want to hear about all that. You're here for the spoopy, scary stories.
I do want to
Very
hear about all
interesting.
that because I actually found that weirdly relatable.
There you go. Well, this story is from a long, long time ago, but I hope you like it. Now, I have dozens of ghost stories and encounters because my family is known for being sensitive to the energies, including spirits and the evil bitches that be lurking around. And I don't mean Karens. My mom and I have accepted it more than the other family members and communicate with ghost friends when necessary. I love that. But usually we're all pretty cool roomies and no one pisses each other off. You know, manners and common sense. Now, my story comes from a long line of fucked up shit on my mom's side of the family. A long line of fucked up shit my mom's side of the family attracts. This is a Ouija board tale, and I will tell you I don't have a problem with them, but this particular one can rot in hell.
Oh, no.
Even though that's probably where it came from. Anyway, we have a Ouija board that has been in the family since my grandma was a teenager.
That's kind of cool.
I think that's really cool. They have no idea where it came from. It just showed up in their house like it was going to pay rent, but it really just stirred the pot.
That's like not cool.
The Ouija board gave off terrible energy and feelings whenever you were near it. It even made people nauseous, sick, and anxious. So many people didn't go near it. It was just there. Now, before you say, throw it the fuck away, they tried for years. Yes, years to throw this demon board away, but it would always come back.
That's the thing. I'm not testing my fucking fate like that.
They burned it. It wouldn't burn. They threw it away and ended up back on their doorstep with an aggressive knock on the door. It would not be thrown away or cast out, so they knew it would be part of their lives forever.
No.
Soon my grandma got older and just shoved it onto my mom. It's safe to say my grandma isn't known for being the best mom. My mom inherited this demon board for no fucking reason other than my grandma didn't want to have to deal with it. Typical. So my mom started experiencing black shadows watching her, following her around, and even messing with her baby, my older sister.
I love that your grandma was like, here, take this.
Yeah, here, have this.
This might happen.
My mom, again, is sensitive to things like this, so she knew something wasn't right with this demon board. So she again tried to get rid of it. When she even thought about doing it, she would hear, you throw it away, it'll come back. You throw it away, and we'll be back. But my mom, being the confrontational woman she is, was like, bet I dare you assholes to try me. And did. And the next day, it appeared at their doorway at the same time her tree in the front yard caught fire. Yes, you heard me. The whole ass tree caught fire.
No.
Now, before you think, oh, it was probably lightning that caught the tree on fire, it was a clear day. Clear.
I wasn't even thinking that.
My mom saw this and she then was like, oh, fuck, these bitches were serious. And immediately just left the board alone and put it under her bed. But you can't put it away completely under the bed or to the back of the bed where it can't be seen, because it will move its ass all the way to the front so people can see it. It's a self-centered bitch. What's new?
You should just frame it.
Honestly, just give it its own little
here you
thing.
go.
Yeah. So it was time for my mom to want to start a full Brady Bunch family with my dad and blah, blah, blah. My mom and dad moved and brought the demon board with her, and it didn't like my mom, but loved my sister. This is when I tell you my dad did not believe in all this ooga booga and ghost shit. He was straight edge and everything had a meaning. There was no gray areas. But back to it. The Ouija board loved my sister and only her. She would talk to it and laugh with it. You would think it was the new Chutes and Ladders, man. She loved that shit. My mom started to grow concerned because things would follow my sister everywhere she moved. Obviously, the Ouija board helped this. Being children are sensitive to these things. It got to the point where my mom was concerned this thing wanted to take my sister. There was one day when my sister was talking to what seemed like nothing and kept saying, no, leave me alone. Mommy doesn't want me to go with you. She said no. And my mom stood by the door frame and looked at her and asked, what do you mean, sweetie? Who are you talking to? And then my sister turned around and slowly said, run, Mom. And the door shut in my mom's face.
Throw away the whole ass kid.
Oh my God.
Whole ass kid. Throw away the kid.
My sister screamed bloody murder, and my mom did everything to try to get into the door, but she could not get in. My mom did everything, but my sister just screamed and screamed. And then it all stopped, and the door just cracked open. That reminds me of in The Sixth Sense when he's in that little crawl space and you could hear the voice and then the door shuts and locks and you can hear him screaming and she can't get in the door and then it just opens.
Oh, I hate that scene. I hate that you just made me watch it in my head.
That scene, and he just falls out. Oh, that scene kills me.
My goosebumps have goosebumps.
Yeah. My sister was sitting on the floor with her hands covering her head, crying. My mom rushed in and asked what happened, and she said, he didn't want me to leave. He doesn't like you, Mommy. He doesn't like any of you. And that's when my mom was like, we are cleansing this place and getting the fuck out of here. Yeah. My mom tried to explain this happening to my dad, but my dad said my sister was just acting out and throwing a tantrum. Right, Dad. A small 8-year-old threw their mattress and desk and toys around the room. She must be the fucking Hulk.
Oh my God, Dad, come on.
What a revelation you made. Anyway, my mom left the Ouija board at the old house thinking this would be the last time she had to ever see it. Wrong. My family moved to a new state, still in the Midwest, sadly. When my mom was unpacking, she heard the doorbell ring. She answered the door and nothing was there, so she thought maybe they got the wrong house. She went to put my oldest sister's clothes away in her drawers, and guess what was in the drawer? The Ouija board. You heard me. It will not leave us alone, especially my older sister.
What the fuck?
My mom realized that no matter what she did, the demon board followed, and it had the hots for my sister. Creep. She's a child, sir. Date within your age board.
Yeah, for real.
So we figured my sister would keep it under her bed, but anytime she moved it to where it didn't like being placed, it moved itself to where it does like to be seen. It hasn't since caused my older sister problems, but we refuse to open it or even play it because, one, we have no idea where the fuck it came from and who or what touched it or had it before us. And two, even opening the box seems to be tempting fate, and I'm too young to die.
Agreed.
But to this day, it is at my older sister's house somewhere where I refuse to touch it. But know this, anytime you get near it, you feel a sense of sickness, anger, nausea, and darkness. It's not a healthy object to be near. I think it belongs in the basement of Ed and Lorraine's demon collection next to Annabelle. It definitely does.
You gotta call them.
So that's my story. I have plenty more where that came from the haunted piano that plays by itself and picks its own music, to the uncle that could quite possibly be the Antichrist, to the abandoned Girl Scout camps with a doll landlord that likes visiting cabins, but also in the back acreage of an already running camp full of ghostly friends that do not like change, but love gossip. I want all of that. So if you'd like to hear more, let me know. I'm letting you know. I want that.
Yes, consider this our request.
But that story has been sealed in my mind since I was a kid. Unseal it. Let's go.
Let's go to open the vault.
Also, love your guys' show, and it always keeps me sane when I'm going through such a rough time. Like right now, it's been so hard, but you both have gotten me through it. So thank you ever so much.
You're welcome, and
Keep
I hope
it weird.
Gets easier.
I know. But not so weird that you acquire a stalker Ouija board that doesn't understand a restraining order, so it follows you across state lines, only to fall in love with your 8-year-old sister and become whipped by her, but not so whipped that it tolerates being the backup dancer. It is the Beyonce of the Destiny's Child Dream Girls, but you only wish it was a dream girl. It is the main character, if you will, and hates adults in your family, so it acts out whenever you talk shit on it, so you make sure to hold your tongue whenever you feel its demon stare and act like it's an illusion, baby.
That was great.
If you want to hear more, shoot me a good old email.
Oh, I will.
Also, there's a picture of my girlfriend and I for you guys because I thought the love story I shared could use an actual successful love story to show.
Yeah.
Her and I have been listening to you two since I can remember, and she loves the spoopiness you all bring to your episodes. But she's a scaredy cat, so you both do a good job at not scaring her too much, which I appreciate since we are long distance and I cannot be there to comfort her.
Aww.
She loves me and all my witchiness and goes seeing glory, so you could say she's the best.
She is the best.
So here's the most beautiful and resilient girl that I'm lucky enough to call my girlfriend and soon be fiance.
Hey!
She's the one on the right. Thanks again, you goofballs. We both love you gals.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, you are both so beautiful.
You are both gorge. Also, are these the Snapchat glasses or are these yours because I like them?
I really like, if they're just Snapchat glasses, they look great on you.
I think they're real. They look real to me.
They look amazing.
Oh, also, I like your butterfly earrings. Wow, you guys are adorable. That story scared me, so I'm just focusing on all the things I love about you guys.
Holy shit.
Angel, I'm not with the shits.
I am astounded by that.
That was absolutely fucking terrifying.
That would be a story that you could like flesh out into a full ass like haunted tale.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I would watch that. I would read that. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I still have goosebumps from all these stories, you guys.
Wow, you guys brought it.
Whoa.
You brought it, and I appreciate that.
I'm like in my like fight or flight position.
I know, I'm like, ooh.
I'm just in my like protective mode.
Damn, these ones really, you came with it. You came with it. I appreciate that.
You were all with the shits.
You were.
And we hope that you continue to be with the shits because I'm not really with the shits right now, but if you would like to, we really hope that you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep it weird. But not so weird that you terrify the shit out of me like you just did. That story really fucked me up, okay? I love you. Bye.
Bye.
It's scary.
Talk about regrets. We all know someone who's been in a car accident and said, I don't need to call a lawyer, only to regret it after their pain and damages were worse than expected. When someone hurts you, you deserve to be compensated fairly. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, fighting for the people for over 35 years. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com/podcast. That's forthepeople.com/podcast. Their fee is free unless they win.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
We don't just alert, we stop crime before it starts. Simply Safe, plan starting around $1 a day. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.